Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Wednesday, the 20th of May, 2026. Okay, looking at the synoptic to begin, you can see low pressure out to the northwest and west here, bringing with it some more unsettled weather, much like we did yesterday. The occlusions that passed through yesterday, seeing the aftermath of them moving towards the northeast there across the North Sea. And now associated with this smaller, big upon this lower low pressure here, slightly deeper in fact, we are seeing a bit weakening, but the edge of this occlusion passing through the sort of southwestern tip of the UK later on. So we're going to see some evidence of that in terms of the weather pattern. Lots of cloud across almost all of the country here, not particularly low, and gaps in places. Lots of wave anywhere that you normally expect it, albeit quite messy in some parts of England here. The rain radar showing us the best picture, but lots of messy conditions across parts of the country, with the occasional very, very light shower coming our way, the bulk being up towards Wales for the time being. But looking at the Met Office rain predictions, run that through, we can expect, I think, to see some showers later on today. Probably not until mid-afternoon. Slightly slow picture here. Okay, that wasn't quite working for us there, so we'll just move on to the observation from Odium. And they're suggesting 2 to 0 degrees, 13 knots of wind of 10k viz, few clouds at 1,300 feet, unbroken at 4,300 feet. 4 degrees split and a pressure of 1016, so the bulk of the low pressure still to come for us. Farnborough, they're at 4:30 this morning, showing 240 degrees 12, not as much in agreement with Odium there. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers, of scattered cloud at 2,200 feet, and a prob 30 for this morning. About 10 o'clock local of broken cloud at 1,400 feet, and a prob 40 from about lunchtime onwards of increasing wind strength up to 230 degrees 15, gusting 25. Yeah, look at winds aloft, but the entire Met Office system seems to be struggling this morning. So we'll move on to windy, looking at the surface wind for about 10 or 11 o'clock here. You can see a sort of fairly moderate to brisk southwesterly flow across the airfield. So we can imagine it's going to be much the same around about 240 degrees, something in that region, at flying height, potentially up to 30 or 40 knots, up to 5,000 feet. The local Met Office forecast giving us wind strength on the surface of about 10 or 11 knots throughout much of the day, gusting up towards 25 at times. Still getting up there in the UV up towards 5 at some point, but thickening cloud as well on the symbolic forecast there into sort of lunchtime prior to the showers. GFS showing about 16 degrees in the warmest part of the day, with a dew point of 12. And presently we're up to 12.5 degrees with a dew point of 9.3. So the view on the south side looking west, you can see sort of a scattered to broken base there with southwesterly flow, hoping that that cloud base is going to improve to enable us to get the best out of the window. You can see, looking at the sky sight cross section, if you will, fairly low cloud base, around about 1,500 feet, maybe slightly lower above sides, gradually improving up to maybe about 2.5 for the best part of the day, before then deteriorating from about 2 o'clock local time onwards. And that's a progressive deterioration until about 6 o'clock, where there's an improvement beyond then. So there is hope for the evening group. No times given the forecast, nothing of any real relevance. If you are planning on going cross country, be it most likely in a motor glider or aeroplane today, it's advised that you do your due diligence, check the no times yourself. So glider bookings, 2 K21s on the 5-day courses. There's one for Merv's course, and a K13 for trial lessons, as well as the casual list. So we've got still got the Vintage Glory Week going on for the next few days. Might struggle today with the strong winds, but they did fly most of the last week. It looks like the last couple of days are a bit more promise for them. So here's hoping they make the most of their time. We're expecting one large aircraft inbound at about 20 to 4 local time today. So we'll keep an eye on that in terms of operations. And a reminder about the buoyant and wave expedition. Okay, so in summary, we've got low pressure to the northwest with a weakening occlusion passing through our region. We can expect a moderate westerly flow with a possibility of showers. Okay, runway 27 normal ops to begin with, the cables on the south side. And as always, do not land or taxi across the disused runways shown here in red. There's our airfield set up to finish with the winching from the south of the runway, air turning north of the centre line with a southwesterly flow. Any grid, for whatever reason, would be in the usual place, but I find that highly unlikely today. And that's all from me this morning. See you out there shortly. Let's make the most of what we can today and keep it safe. Thank you.